catastrophe.
Welcome to MsMojo Glow, and today we're counting down our picks for the most significant controversies that have shaken the fashion industry over the years. Number 10. Balenciaga's controversial ad campaigns. In November 2022, Balenciaga launched 2 ad campaigns that stirred a huge controversy and led to a PR disaster for the luxury fashion brand. The first featured children holding teddy bear handbags, accessorized with leather straps, chains, and fishnet tops. This imagery sparked immediate criticism for seemingly associating children with bondage paraphernalia. Shortly after, a second ad surfaced, featuring documents from a Supreme Court case concerning inappropriate material involving youth.
Is it possible that they had no approval rights?
Number 9. Dolce & Gabbana oppose same-sex adoption. Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana, the renowned fashion designers behind Italian brand Dolce & Gabbana, found themselves at the centre of a controversy back in 2015. Despite both being gay and a former couple themselves, the pair stated in an interview with Italian magazine Panorama that they opposed adoption by same-sex couples. They also condemned in vitro fertilization and surrogacy, describing children born via IVF as synthetic.
Unbelievable.
Ignorant.
Ignorant.
I would say the word ignorant.
Number 8. Vans removes protest sneakers. Every year, Vans hosts the Custom Culture competition, inviting participants to submit custom designs for a chance to win $25,000 and see their sneakers produced. In 2019, one design featured a red bauhinia, the flower of Hong Kong's flag, alongside protesters wearing gas masks, goggles, and hard hats. The design was a nod to the 2014 pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. However, as this entry rose to the top of the online poll determining the winner, Vans suddenly removed it from consideration.
I didn't really have any idea of what it could be.
Number 7. Marc Jacobs' bribery scandal. For years, during New York Fashion Week, designer Marc Jacobs held his shows at the highly sought-after 69th Regiment Armory, located at 26th and Lexington Avenue. Jacobs' ability to consistently secure the venue puzzled many, until the truth emerged in 2008. It was revealed that the designer's company, Marc Jacobs International, had been bribing the building's superintendent, James Jackson. Between 2000 and 2007, the company paid Jackson $35,000 in cash and goods in exchange for preferential treatment.
Now a little bit about what's going on in the world.
Number 6. Beastroy's anti-gun violence controversy. Some topics are just too sensitive to be made into fashion statements. New York-based brand Beastroy learned that the hard way in 2019, after they sent models down the runway wearing sweatshirts with names like Columbine, Sandy Hook, and Stoneman Douglas. If those names ring a bell, that's because they were the sites of some of the deadliest school shootings in the US. Even worse, the sweatshirts were intentionally distressed to look like they were ridden with bullet holes. Needless to say, this was deemed highly insensitive, particularly by the victims' families and survivors of these tragic events.
Pain is not to be used for your fashion.
Number 5. John Galliano's anti-Semitic revelations. In 2011, famed fashion designer John Galliano, known for his work at Givenchy and Dior, faced severe backlash after a disturbing video of him surfaced. The video captured Galliano making a series of deeply troubling anti-Semitic statements towards a group of Jewish women outside a bar in Paris. This revelation shocked the fashion world, leading to his swift dismissal from his position as creative director at Dior, a role that he had held for 14 years.
John Galliano claims that he lost control due to drink and drugs.
Number 4. Gucci's blackface scandal. In February 2019, Gucci launched a line of turtleneck sweaters that reached up to the mouth and featured a cutout with oversized red lips. Shortly after the product appeared on the company's website, many people noticed it bore a striking resemblance to blackface. As a result, Gucci was slammed on social media, with many criticizing the design as racially insensitive, especially given its release during Black History Month.
The company is not diverse, so they're not inclusive.
Gucci quickly removed the product from its website, and Alessandro Michele, who was the label's creative director at the time, issued a public apology. Number 3. Burberry's controversial noose hoodies. Yet another significant fashion blunder that had us thinking, was this approved by a child? Also in February 2019, British label Burberry sparked controversy when its models appeared on the runway wearing hoodies with drawstrings tied to resemble nooses around their necks.
Burberry says the design was inspired by a nautical theme, but now realizes it was insensitive.
The first major criticism came from Burberry model Liz Kennedy, who had walked the runway wearing one of the hoodies. Kennedy condemned the fashion house for trivializing mental health issues and evoking disturbing imagery of lynching. Number 2, the Anand John Alexander case. In the mid-2000s, Anand John Alexander was a rising star in the fashion industry. He had styled big names like Janet Jackson and Paris Hilton, and even made it into Newsweek's Who's Next in 2007. However, his promising career took a dark turn in March 2007, when he was arrested and charged with multiple counts of sexual assault against aspiring models, some of whom were minors.
The things that you heard were that he was a predator.
These ladies alleged that Alexander lured them to his house with promises of modelling opportunities, only to assault them. Number 1, Mario Testino and Bruce Weber sexual assault allegations. They are two of the world's most renowned fashion photographers, having worked with major brands like Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, Versace, and Chanel, just to name a few. But in 2018, Mario Testino and Bruce Weber faced troubling allegations of sexual harassment and assault. These allegations, which were detailed in investigative reports by the New York Times, were brought forward by several male models and assistants who had worked with the photographers.
So he knows what is wrong in terms of the touch.